poison work? Finally. Alright guys, welcome back to Dynamic Entry. It's just me today, and no one's going to be joining me because finally my plan succeeded, and he is no longer here. So,
okay, what are we talking
about? Llama, hi! Welcome back to our show. We're going to be reviewing for you guys, continued review of Spy Family. This will be the review for episode number 11.
We're almost to the final episode, at least of this leg.
Yeah, that's true. So let's get into it. Alright, so this episode was cool.
That was pretty good.
Not too bad.
All things considered.
Yeah, this is Stella is what it's titled, so this entire episode is about them hard focusing on getting some Stellas for Anya finally. We get to see her kind of struggling with everything in the beginning. She has
opens up F's.
Lloyd's like, what is this?
He's just looking defeated.
She's like watching Bond Man just ignoring him completely.
Oh yeah, she knows he's going through her grades, but yet she's just, nope, I'm not gonna look. What I don't see can't hurt me.
Yeah, that's true. So he's like, hey man, what's going on here? We gotta get this straightened out. And he realizes quickly that she's not gonna get any Stellas academically because she's all F's.
She's not a smart person.
And Anya, she reveals that she's really not even trying to be a scholar. She's just pretty much trying to cheat off everyone.
Like, I'm just gonna cheat off everybody.
Yeah, she's like,
I guess that's mind powers is for.
I picked the wrong kids to cheat off of last week, so let me just hone in on better people.
Yeah, she's like, I gotta figure out who's best at which subject and copy off of them.
Yeah, so that's a lost cause. So Lloyd is like, okay, well, what else can I do? What can she do? And so they go on and try several things.
And that whole like montage of things. It was art. It was art.
He's like, let's go draw real quick. Let's take a break.
Let's do some drawing. Let's do some art. And so Anya gets her drawing going. Puts her Picasso on. He's like, that's a real nice cheetah. He's like, no, wait, that's a what is it? I think it's like a dog.
It's a panda.
Yeah, it's a panda. And she's like,
no,
it's the cow from school the other day.
That's the second time that she's been drawing something. He's like, oh, it's this, and she's like, that's not what it is.
Because it was Mr. Camaro or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Camaro-san.
That's cool. So yeah, she's not a good artist.
So on to the next one. They do music, I think.
Oh yeah, music.
Busts up the child violin, and she proceeds to be terrible and break every
single like a cello.
Oh yeah, she's standing behind it playing like a cello and proceeds to break every string.
Every string broken. And then finally they go to sports. He's like, okay, let's see if you're into sports. They play tennis, I think it was tennis. And she just wasn't good at that either. She was afraid. And he's like, okay, well, what the hell am I going to do? You're a lost cause. And then he realizes, actually, there's more than one way to skin a rat. You can also do some volunteer work. So he doesn't tell her at first. He's just like, hey, let's go out tomorrow. She does her famous line. Let's go for an outing. And so we go to the outing, and it's just Lloyd and Anya, and they're at a hospital.
Surprisingly, yeah. I don't think there was any Yor aside from the beginning in this episode.
Yeah, she was kind of like laid back in this one.
Yeah, she was kind of like. I think it was because the last 2 episodes have been like Yuri and Yor kind of focus. So it's probably like, all right, we need to get back into a little more Lloyd Anya time.
Yeah. So they go to a hospital and they're going to volunteer, and so she's just completely useless. They give her several tasks.
Cleaning, cooking, handing stuff out,
organizing
books. She ends up reading manga.
She ends up just breaking a vase or something.
Yeah, she breaks a vase. That's the first thing she did. She breaks a vase, and then they're like, "Oh, it's fine." Like, let's go to the next one. We'll give you something else to do.
It's making me so mad because she's so useless.
Yeah, this is like, what are
you good at?
Use the mind powers. Like, that's it. Just read the room. Read the minds of the room here, girl.
She's good at being bad.
6-year-olds, man. Come on, get it together.
Oh, she is 6, huh?
I think so, yeah.
I guess that's true. But, yeah.
Because Bill Watkins was 6.
She's in first grade, yeah, so she's 6, yeah. Yeah, the whole time watching it, I was like, can she, do anything? Like, I know they're
can you just, function?
Yeah, she's really
a child?
Yeah. How do you forget she's a child? But it's like, you should be able to do something.
She's just, I think it's because she's, not mature in a way, but it's because she can remind, she knows a lot more. So it's she knows things, but she doesn't know how to, she doesn't know how to function.
Yeah.
I her try to function.
Yeah, make me mad. But yeah, so she fails at everything, and then finally the head nurse, I guess, she's like, okay, we have enough. Get out of here.
Just get out.
We don't need your help.
Get out of here, you big, stupid, ugly animal.
And I was like, yes, thank you. Lay down the law, because she is fucking ruining your hospital.
She was so nice that I didn't think she was going to snap like that. She's like, get the fuck out.
Yeah. She's like, get out of here. So then Lloyd's like, all right, well, let's get out of here then. And as they're leaving, we get introduced to a random side character.
Ken-kun.
Oh yeah, Ken, that's his name.
Ken.
She said it every single time.
Ken-kun.
Ken, and
Little Kenny.
He's doing physical therapy, and at the beginning of the episode, when they get to the hospital, Anya's like, "Oh, they have a pool," and she's like, "Well, that's not for you to swim in. That's a rehabilitation."
Yeah, it's for rehab.
So this child's gonna go to some rehab, and the teacher's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go get ready. You go get ready, and I'll meet you back out here in 5." Little kid goes to the water. He's afraid. He's like, "Let me touch it because it might be cold."
It's just me cold. I need to check it out first. Like we all do. Always test the water. Nobody jumps in.
I jump in.
You jump in?
I used to always check it, but then I was like, you know what? Life's too short.
You're right.
Just jump in.
I think now as I've gotten older, I do. I just jump.
Yeah,
jump right in.
The more you wait, it's like the harder it is.
Sorry.
Good job. That's really good. Off key, but still good.
Yeah.
So he's feeling the water, and as he's feeling it, he falls into the water, and that's the problem.
That
right
was
there.
the quietest entrance into water I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah,
I don't care.
like,
I don't care
this?
who you are. Yeah, he just doesn't even make us. Doesn't disturb the water or nothing like that. It's like a drop, just bloop. And
Have
I'm
you
like,
ever almost drowned?
no, but I've almost drowned somebody.
What? What?
Yeah.
Like wrestling, and you were like,
No, I pushed him off the stairs and he couldn't swim.
oh,
We were getting out of the pool. I pushed him off the stairs by accident, and then we all turn around and we just see like a head above the water.
You're laughing. You're like, this fucking guy.
It was Thomas.
Oh, okay. So that's family business there. Okay.
Sorry.
I almost drowned. I was sitting in the pool with like a lawn chair, and I was like putting water into the pool like with the hose. I don't know what happened. I like ended up falling in.
That's just always. I don't know how lawn chairs and just they're magnetized to pools.
Yeah.
Like the ones that just like you flip them out or whatever, and you just they always just somehow fall forward in pools.
I fell.
I don't know how.
Almost drowned. Got saved. Shout out to my mom. She saved me. But yeah, I was like, damn. Every child I feel like has an experience of like almost drowning. So it's weird that like they did this, and I was like, oh, I remember that as he was like almost drowning.
Mm-hmm.
So no one's around. No one hears him because like Benny said, it was a quiet fall into the pool. The teacher comes out of the dressing room. She's like, oh, I guess he's not here.
Where is he? He must have ran away. I wonder where he is.
Let me go check the boys' locker room. So
Meanwhile, and there's people in the pool too. There's a whole class going on.
Yeah, they're all rehabbing.
Class going on. Nobody hears or sees this kid go in the pool, by the way.
And so we get a new, I guess, a power from Anya.
I was wondering. I'm like, she can just hone in on like specific people in danger. I was like, because normally when there's a crowd of people, she gets overwhelmed and like nosebleed, whatever type deal. But then all of a sudden, this kid's in danger, and she just picks him out. Like can she hone in on people? Is that a new power? That's what I wanted to touch on this episode more than anything. I'm like, what the hell was that?
It was like a Spidey sense almost.
Yeah, because even like the animation they do was different. Because normally it's like the sparkles or whatever.
Yeah.
This was like a wind wave looking thing.
And she was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, she was like, and she like sensed it out of nowhere, like Spidey sense. So I was like, is that new? Did you
a development?
Yeah, I'm like, did you? Yeah, I was like, are your powers developing as you are? Like, I don't understand.
The shitter you get as a person in society, the stronger you get psychologically.
What doesn't kill you make you stronger.
Yeah, so she gets spider sense, and she's like, oh, hey, someone's in trouble. She hones in on it, and she can hear the kid like saying, oh, I'm gonna drown.
I'm gonna drown.
Someone
I'm
save
gonna
me.
die. And then what did she say? She's like,
She just stops. She's like, Papa. And then she like imagines telling him like, oh, the kid's over there drowning.
And then he was like, how did you know that?
Who are you?
Yeah, and like exposing herself.
I thought it was real for a second. I'm like,
I
oh,
did too.
finally.
I was like, yes.
He's
I'm
actually
like,
asking questions.
go.
He's finally asking who she is.
I'm like, she's got him in on the mind powers finally, but no, it was a farce.
And then it cuts back to her just like, oh, I can't do that. So let me figure out how to get to this pool without like alerting him.
She's like, she's like, I can prove myself as I was like, I'll show you how great a swimmer I am. She's like, meet me at the pool, or I was like, I'll see you at the pool or something. And she runs to the pool. And so she gets to the pool area. She's looking around. She's like, all right, where's the drowning kid? Because she's looking. She can't see him. She sees people. People see her there, obviously. Like, like, little girl, where's your dad? You're not supposed to be here right now.
Who is this? Why is she fully clothed?
Yeah, why is this fully clothed girl here? Like, clearly she's not supposed to be here. So she's looking around for drowning. She looks over and she sees Bubbles. Mm-hmm. And that's when she notices that's where the kid is. She finds him. She runs over there and she's like, even I was sitting there thinking, like, Anya, you're not a good swimmer. I don't think so, anyways. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I'm
pretty sure at one point she also had almost drowned. I don't remember though.
I was just like, I've never seen her swim, so
yeah. So I was like, I don't think you're a good swimmer, but I was like, you know what? More power to her. I was like, go get that, get that man.
She acted more than anything. She just like, all right, Bubbles, run, jump, dives in, epic. She's swimming. She's like, I'm gonna save this little kid, and then she's like, wait a minute, I'm not gonna save this little kid.
This is pretty deep.
This is deep as hell. And just as she's about to pass out, and the child's about to pass out that she's trying to save. Boom, boom, arms come and pull him out of the water.
Lloyd Forger.
And he's like, hey, get the fuck up. Lloyd saves the day as always. And
love that man.
Parents around finally notice. Like, oh, what the hell? And the swim teacher's like, oh, Ken, there you are.
Yeah. Then everybody filled up to like, nobody even heard him fall in. And then Lloyd's got to drop the old dad wisdom on him.
His little PSA. Yeah, kids are quiet, so always watch your child around water.
Always watch. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt.
Cool.
Like, kids are the quietest drowners. I'm like, I've never heard of that before. Anyone's drowning, why are they so quiet?
Yeah.
I would not be quiet if I was drowning. Let's just be real here. But I'm also a 30-year-old man.
That's true. Oh yeah, but then he can't swim too. I realized. I was like, why didn't he swim? His legs.
His legs no work.
He's rehabilitating them.
Cause I don't know if he's just like, is he like weak leg, or if because then afterwards, because you see once that's all settled, Lloyd and Yor and Anya meet. Like it's kind of just like a nice little like thank you for saving my son kind of thing with Ken's parents. They are kind of just like.
Oh, I didn't see Ken's parents. I just saw.
It was real quick. It was like just like they didn't even say anything. It was just like Lloyd, Anya, Yor, and then like Ken's parents, and then Ken in the middle in a wheelchair though.
Oh, I didn't.
So that's why I'm like, I don't know if he's fully handicapped, but because then he was on crutches walking, so I'm not sure.
He might have just been rehabbing.
Yeah, not that it matters. I was like, he probably won't make another appearance again.
As far as you know. So yeah, she saves him, and the parents are like, "Oh, hey, you did it. Good job. You really like admirable. Good job for doing that." And then this leads to Anya getting her first Stella.
We finally done it. I did not think it was gonna happen, even though it was called Stella, but she pulls it off. And she's the first one in her grade.
Yep. And I guess she was the first grader ever
to get a
one.
Stella.
So everyone's like, oh, impressed. So it's a big old like assembly, and they're like, hey, the first star of the year goes to Anya, and Anya's all hyped about it. And then the kids are like,
I was waiting for it to be fake too, because of all the flashbacks they do all the time.
Yeah,
I was waiting for it to be fake.
It's just gonna cut to him being like, here's your star.
Yeah, or like she didn't even get one.
Oh yeah.
They're like, no, we don't do that anymore. That wasn't good enough.
Yeah, so they gave her a star for showing bravery, I guess, and saving a child. So that's how she gets it. So I guess they're also awarded stars for being just like good people in general.
Yeah, because I think earlier, like Lloyd's example was like one kid was like carrying a guy out of the fire, and then like another guy was like pulling someone out of a car wreck or something like that. So yeah, they're like saving lives like that. Also earns you Stellas.
Yeah. So there's multiple ways to get Stellas. So I guess she's just gonna have to earn hers by being a good person, as far as we know. She's not smart. She's not athletic. Not artistic.
Because they're projecting her to have 4 months to get 8 Stella.
Yeah.
That's because when he was talking to Handler when they were undercover.
That
one confused me for a second because I was like,
who is this?
I was like, what happened here?
Yeah, I thought it was cutting to like some bad guys or some shit. And yeah, so then that first part of it ends, and then the next part of the episode starts where she's just at school as the first person with a star. She's kind of letting it go to her head a little bit.
Yeah, it's like Starlight Anya.
Call me Starlight Anya.
Call me Starlight Anya.
And then we see the kids are kind of like, at first they're like, oh, it's cool, but then they start judging her in class. They're like, why are you even wearing it? Like,
oh, you think you're a big shot now because you got your star?
Probably cheated anyway. You probably paid someone off. And that's when Damien's like,
second son.
Yeah, he's like, this school is highly admirable. How dare you think so little of our school? And if you think that our school would do that, go transfer then.
Well, like, okay, wow. Showing some humility, Mr. Desmond.
But then it comes in being like, I'm pissed off because
I'm so
it wasn't
pissed.
fake.
So, yeah, it wasn't me. It's real. And so at least, a little kind-heartedness out of young Damien.
Yeah. And then it cuts to the girls at lunch, and what's her name? I always forget her name.
Becky.
Becky's like, you should get a prize for getting your star. Your parents will buy you something.
So my parents buy me stuff all the time when I do good.
Showing how close she is.
The castle, the dog, the dresses. A tank.
She's like, I guess my parents really don't buy me a lot of stuff. And she's like, it's obviously lying. She's spoiled. And so Anya's like, well, I want a castle. And so she's like,
I can't do this.
Where are you going to put a castle?
Yeah, she's like, that castle's a little too much. She's like, what about a dog?
Yeah.
I have a dog. My little Weasel.
Weasel.
She
calls him Wheezy.
Wheezy F baby.
Mm-hmm. And then she's like, a dog? Oh, maybe I could get a dog. And then she sees Damien, and it's so funny.
She's like, second son.
Hey.
You got a dog?
He's like, why are you talking to me?
What do you want?
He's all thrown off for a second. He's like, leave me alone. Like, don't talk to me.
So is that his daydream with his dog Max, or is that Anya's daydream hanging out with his dog Max?
I think it's both. I think he does have a dog, and he don't want to say it because he's like, why the hell are you talking to me?
Well, you should bring your dog over and your dad to meet my dad.
And then have world peace because we both have dogs.
We both have dogs, and I'll help achieve world peace.
Yeah.
And then, he's like, why are you talking to me? And she's like, world peace is ruined. The world is shit.
And then she cuts to her begging, and Lloyd's like, I was going to buy you something, so maybe we should get a dog.
He's like, it would be good. He'd be good protection around the house, a little extra security around here. And he's thinking, like German Shepherd, Belgian Malinois, your typical guard-like dogs. Anya's like, no, I want something small, like a Jack Russell Terrier or like a Yorkie.
And Yor's like, I don't want a big dog at all because it might kill you.
It might tear out into shreds. And she's like, but a little dog's quick too. They can be kind of deadly. Cute dog with knife in mouth.
Yeah.
Kakashi.
Mm-hmm. So she's like, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll iron out the details. We'll go in the morning and we'll find you a dog.
And we can't wait.
And we get a
small glimpse
of Bond.
Of our boy Bond.
The fucking goat.
Did you see that quick little clip thing where he sees the family?
Yeah.
I'm like, is that him?
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, is everyone
Does
have
he
powers?
have a power now too? Like, is he not like? Are they gonna be able to communicate, Anya and Bond? That would be crazy.
What if he's not like a real dog and he's like a robot?
Like they switched his brain or something, maybe?
I'm thinking he's just like a robot.
He's just a robot dog? A straight up robot dog? No, why would they have him in a kennel though like that?
Because they don't know he's a robot dog. Maybe it's like an experiment and they were like, he's a robot dog. But nobody knew.
You just lost your brain privileges.
Yeah. So it was weird. We got that weird like clip of the family. So I'm like, how does he know that?
Yeah, so it's like he knows them already? Like, I guess we'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
The handlers didn't seem very like friendly, so I'm wondering if like they have to rescue this dog because the handlers were kind of dicks.
Yeah, they're kind of like.
Dogs.
I think they were talking about being like, I don't know if they're going to use them as bomb dogs or if people are going to buy those dogs to be used as bomb dogs.
Yeah,
because that was one of the things they said. It's like they said something about bomb dogs. Is all I saw. But I knew as soon as I saw dogs, I was like,
yes, Bond.
I don't care about anything else right now. Show me the man.
So he gets like one quick shot of him just like standing, and he's kind of dirty, and you're like, oh, he's still cute though. So I'm curious to see what kind of dog he is.
Foreshadowing, though.
I can't tell.
He's coming.
Yeah, so we're getting the dog next episode. So
I think I'd be okay with that, though. Ending this leg of the series, we get like a nice wholesome Bond episode.
Just here's the dog.
Here's Bond. Maybe a few little adventures they go on. Something a little crazy happening.
I wonder if she can talk to the dog.
That's what I'm saying.
That makes sense.
Because if he has like mind power shit like that, like what if they can talk? And I'm like, so I'm wondering if like somehow they can communicate.
You manga readers, please don't spoil it.
Yeah, just you shut up.
We're anime only here.
You shut up.
So yeah, I think that's probably a safe bet to think that he might end up speaking to her, and then we'll speak back and forth.
It's gonna be Kiba Akumaru style.
Yep, Fang over Fang.
Fang over Fang.
It's gonna be Anya over Bond.
Bond.
So yeah, we're gonna get the dog next episode, and that was this week's episode. She gets her first Stella. Pretty cool episode, and I'm pretty sure next week's episode will be the finale of it. And yeah, so
especially
far
for like
good.
these 24 episodes, it's either 12 or 13 they end on, and then if they're gonna come pick it up in the fall again, then yeah. But that's like, I think it's all in all, it was a great episode. They're still doing great with the whole like they mix in every element.
Yep.
The dramatics, the action, the comedy. You know, it's just they're doing a really good job of like putting all of that in there. So it's like nothing's boring, nothing's the same. It's not just like your typical romance or your typical action. It's like everything. Mm-hmm. So they're doing great. They're doing a great job.
Yeah, definitely. So excited to see what happens there. I'm assuming next week will be the final, but they might do a weird thing where they'll do like a 13 will be the finale of the mid-season point. Who knows? But yeah, that's a review for the episode. We'll be back next week, whether it's a finale or not. So subscribe down below and make sure you watch the rest of our reviews. Subscribe, all that fun stuff. Finally, the poison kicked in. Follow me only then. It's going to be all down below, all the information for you. Subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Or I guess I will catch you in the next one because it's my show now. Goodbye.